ultimately get hired at the job they're looking for. So I'm going to share my screen and start walking you through what the website looks like. Um, let's see. No. Here we go. Okay. So this is Futurity. It is, well, before I
What's
say
something
what it
people
is,
don't
I'm
know
going
about
to tell you what it
finding
is
their
with this video. So let me hit restart and we will play this. If you can't hear it, just nod and I will try to make it work.
What's something people don't know about finding their career path? It's easier than you think with Futurity. Imagine having all the answers to your career questions in one place. What are Kentucky's career paths? Where can you get the best education and training? And how will you pay for it all? Futurity's got you covered. Our innovative tool, the Future Finder, gives you Kentucky-specific info on wages, college costs, and more. Whether you're a high schooler or a parent, planning for the future has never been this easy. So why wait? Visit Futurity today and start your journey toward a brighter future. Your dream career.
Okay. So that is a 30-second summary of what we have, but I will walk you through it, and then Trinity is going to take over and start asking questions to get your feedback, and we'll do a couple of activities around that. So as you saw in the video, this is really specific at helping you figure out what your career path is and how you get into that career. Um, Everything is organized into 3 sections of the website. So we have your choose your career, continue your education, and start your career. Of course, there is the Future Finder tool, which is a data set that includes everything from all of the colleges and universities in Kentucky to all of Kentucky's occupations that are in the labor market information database that we house at the Kentucky Center for Statistics. We also have a resources section, which is really geared toward people who are maybe counselors or helping those people who are looking for their careers. So we also, like I said, have this Future Finder feature, which we'll get into in a second. It shows you, like, you can search by different categories. So you can look at either a career or an occupational group. It allows you to search through different jobs, like aircraft mechanic is displayed here, but there are more than 700 occupations in the data set that you can see the job description for. You can see the wage range, and then you can also find out where you can go to school to study topics that are in line with that career. You can also look through majors to figure out which college offers what major in Kentucky. And then the college tab shows you information about cost of college, the outcomes such as the graduation rate, and it also shows you where the school is on the map of Kentucky and links to the school's website and the school's application. If you're a high school student or a middle school student who's preparing to go into a career pathway while you're still in high school, you can also use the Future Finder to find out what your school or area technical center offers. The Choose Your Path section walks you through things like selecting a career if you don't really know what you want to go into. There's a career quiz. There are regional pages of the website that show you like what is in demand based on where you live in Kentucky. And there's also a page about understanding how much money you need to make a sustainable living. The continue your education section shows you the different kinds of educational opportunities we have in the state. There is a map that shows you where all of the colleges are located, and there is a page that gives you details on each of the schools. It also shows you things like about military options or apprenticeships or advanced degree programs after you've completed your bachelor's degree. This section walks you through how to pay for your education. So things like how to fill out your FAFSA, how to find scholarship opportunities, and information that connects you or links that connect you straight to the KEA website where you will apply for things like your KEYS scholarship and some of the state scholarships that are offered here in the state. The Start Your Career section is where you would go to find the job listings. These are connected straight to the Kentucky Career Center and shows you what's in demand both regionally and at the state level. But we also link to things like the Kentucky State's job portal and apprenticeship opportunities that are offered here in Kentucky. So that is kind of a super quick overview. And with that, I will turn it over to Trinity, who's going to walk you through some discussion and activities.
Thanks, Jessica. We're going to do a couple different things today. The first thing that I'm going to have you guys do is kind of look at the Future Finder part of Futurity. So what I'm going to have you do is you can either scan this QR code on the screen, or you can go to this website as well, since I know that a lot of you are on devices right now. So you may want to just like minimize your teams and go to this website. And once you're there, you're going to go to the Future Finder part of the website, and then you're going to choose industry and career, or you're going to choose major, or you're going to choose college and learn more. So what I want you to do, thank you, Kelly, for putting it in the chat as well. She put the link there for us. What you're going to do is look at each one of those areas, the industries and careers, and kind of navigate around that. Look at the majors, look at the college, and I want you to kind of just piddle around in there, see what you see, make some notes of the things that you liked, some of the things that were a little difficult to navigate. That is one of the things that we are doing right now is we know how this is supposed to work because we've been working with it very closely for the last many, many months. But yesterday we were with a group of ninth grade students and we found some navigation things that were a little difficult for them that we hadn't thought about. So what we need you all to do is kind of navigate around it and see if everything is operating the way you think it should. And then you're going to tell us, give us some feedback on what worked really well, what you liked about it, what challenges you might have had, what things you think are good suggestions. So it is 4:13 right now. I'm going to give you about 10 minutes to play around in the Future Finder section. So at 4:23, I'm going to come back here and we're going to have a discussion about what you saw. So I'm going to give you 10 minutes to pedal around. And if anybody has any questions, throw them in the chat or you can just speak up. give you about 1 more minute to finish up. Okay, so you've had a chance to look at the Future Finder section. And so I want to ask you, the first question I want to ask is, does the navigation seem to make sense to you? Does anybody have any thoughts on that? And you can speak out loud or you can put it in the chat.
I feel like everything was very self-explanatory. It was very easy to navigate, in my opinion.
Great.
I thought the same. I thought it was easy to like understand it and know what you're doing with it.
How about when you were clicking on things, for example, when you clicked on industry and career, was it easy for you to notice that you could change between industries and careers and then figure out like what career you were looking for? Did you, I guess I want to know, did you know that you could start typing a career to find it more quickly, or were you scrolling through the list to find it?
I'm gonna be really honest. At first, I did start scrolling through, but then I looked again and I saw that like you could just type it in. So
Okay.
if you actually look hard enough, you'll find it. But I did not.
Okay. And let me ask you, did you, Carmen, were you doing it on your computer or on your phone?
I did it on my phone.
Okay. All right. Good. Good to know. Was there anybody that was looking for a career that had a difficult time finding their career choice?
I had a difficult time kind of because like I'm a political science and philosophy major and I don't really know what I want to do, but the only things that were like available to me was either like a lawyer or like um a political science teacher or a philosophy teacher, and I have no interest in none of those.
Okay. Good feedback. So some majors that are a little bit more broad might need a little bit more help to figure out where you want to go with that. Okay. Good feedback.
Did you
I had
find?
the same.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I had the same experience with anthropology. It only really had like teaching anthropology. There wasn't. I couldn't see any other career options.
Okay. Good feedback.
So for me, it's more of a where I want to go into astronomy, and I've done my research, and there are no colleges in the state of Kentucky that offer astronomy anymore. Still working on that, but I was looking into careers, and there's apparently no careers for astronomy in Kentucky, so it's not looking too hot for me. So that helped. The website definitely helped me figure that out.
Okay. So while not a very positive experience, at least it gave you the reality of the situation. Jessica, did you have a question?
I think I was going to build off of the political science comment and ask if You were able to find the major of political science in the major section though, right? Was that easy to find?
Yeah.
Okay.
So for my college students that are in a major, I guess what I'm hearing you say is it might be helpful for you if you're in a major, um, having some kind of a listing of potential future careers that you could do with that major. Yes? No? Was there anything missing that you thought of in the 10 minutes that you explored that you saw anything missing from the future finder section?
This one's a little bit specific, but like I searched up my career, which is physician assistant, and under the schools that are available, it only lists one in Kentucky, and I know that there's at least a couple more.
And right now, I think it probably only listed the public university that has that, and the private's information are being added soon. Correct, Jessica?
Yes, we are updating the database before we officially launch in February. So hopefully a lot of those data not available fields will be filled in when we go live.
Was there anything in the Future Finder section that you want to point out that you liked?
I mean, I liked that it had like projected job openings and like a little description with like the average salary.
Okay, great. Okay, so here is the next thing that I'm going to have you all do. So the next thing is you're going to go to a different section on the website, and this is the continue your education section of the website. So you'll go to either this QR code or this link here. And Kelly, if you could drop that in the chat for me, I would really appreciate it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break you into groups. So once you get to continue your education, I'm going to give you a section that I want you to look at specifically. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing for a minute, and I want to go on my screen so I make sure that my computer hates me right now. Hold please. So sorry. Okay, so once you get to continue your education on the top, then you're going to choose education after high school, and from there are 5 sections. If you have a birthday that is in January, February, or March, you're going to look at the prepare section. January, February, March, prepare. April, May, or June. April or May, you're going to look at explore. June and July is going to be apply and decide. And let's throw August in there too. June, July, August, apply and decide. September and October, paying. And November, December, attend. So does everybody understand which section I want you to look at? All right, and I'm going to give you, again, anywhere between 7 and 10 minutes to look around in your section, and then we'll come back and we will do some more chatting. And Kelly put the groups in the chat for me. Thank you so much, Kelly. I'm glad you're there to help me out. I'll give you about 1 more minute to look around your section. Okay, so I'm going to ask some specific questions about the different sections. So you can put this, your answers in the chat, or you can speak up. So my prepare folks, my January, February, March people, in the prepare section, how helpful was the prepare section in guiding you through initial steps for college and career planning? Like, I know some of you are already in college, so if you would have had this tool, like, would it have helped prepare you for college? Thoughts?
I didn't get to look at every single section, but it did seem very thorough and like it would have helped me if I had it.
Great. Do you think that this section provided sufficient resources and tools to understand some of your interests and strengths? And would there have been additional content that you might have liked to see in this section?
I think that the surveys were very good at allowing you to understand your interests and everything like that. I think it was pretty good. I don't know anything that I would add, but it was really good.
Great, thanks. Anybody else that was a prepare reviewer that has any thoughts on the prepare section? How about explore? Those were my folks, my April and May people. Was the explore section helpful for you to identify different college and careers? And just like I asked the other group, is there anything that you would have added? Are there any tools that stood out to you that were great, or anything that you thought needed to be improved in the explore section? Were there people that looked at the explore section? I know this is the hard part, is when I assign you by birth month, and then maybe there wasn't anybody that was an April or May birthday. Yeah, and Kelly put in the chat, you're not going to hurt our feelings for suggestions for improvement. All right, how about the apply and decide section? Was the information clear? Was it helpful? Would it have helped you to make some informed decisions if you are a current college student or anybody that's like planning on college? Is this helpful to you on applying and deciding on what you want to do next?
I liked the idea that everything was all like in a central location because it's pretty much everything that you would look at when going to college, but it's all there just on one page. So it makes it easier.
Great. That's our goal, make it easy.
I feel like the documents and processes, it's really just about there to help just about anybody. The admission decisions help you decide, well, anything. I think it's just that section's a really well-rounded area, and I don't think it needs improvement or anything. I think it's pretty well set.
Okay, great. Great, and I like how somebody has put in there that in the chat that they there was an option for undecided students. So thank you for that comment. That was something that we thought was pretty important as well. How about the paying for college section? Did anybody review the paying for college section and have any thoughts on that?
I liked how like it had everything. I like how this website has everything in one place so that like I don't have to go to a bunch of different websites because then I personally get overwhelmed. So I like how it's one like place. I liked how it like explained it all and like explained it in different ways. So it gave you like Kia, FAFSA, like scholarships. So whatever you're looking for, it's like pretty much there.
Great, thank you.
And I agree with her. Everything in one place, especially with I was one of the people who struggled to completing the FAFSA. So I liked how everything was in one place. That's what I liked about it.
Great, thank you. How about the attend section? Did anybody review the attend section? Okay, so overall feedback from what you saw was, it sounds to me like everybody feels like it was fairly organized and clear on what you were supposed to be doing. Were there any areas that you felt like stuff was repetitive or unnecessary? Or if you could modify something on what you looked at, is there anything you thought of like, ooh, I would have done this differently? Or if this had X, Y, and Z, that would be a little bit more helpful?
I think it's really easy to navigate, and I just think it's good the way it is.
Great. I'm glad to hear that we have done such a good job. Okay, I have a real specific question for my students that are in college. If you go to Futurity and you click at the top, if you click on continue your education, and it takes you to the main continue your education page. There are two buttons there that says I am a high school student and one that says I am an adult. Now, as a college student, sometimes you kind of land in this weird little world of in between. If you click on the I am a high school student, it takes you to all of those sections that we just looked at. If you click on I am an adult, it takes you to some different sections of, you know, if you weren't in college, or if you had been in college and maybe you had to stop going to college and you're coming back, about returning to college, thinking about apprenticeships, thinking about careers, things like that. It kind of looks at it from a different angle. So my question to you is, would it be best as a college student to change the name of the button that says I'm a high school student to say I'm a high school and college student? Would it be best to have a new button that says I'm a college student? And if we had that new button, would we have a combination of the two sections together? Or would you choose I'm an adult and navigate your way around? Like what would fit best for you all? How would you best navigate the site and use the site as a college student?
I
feel
think we're back to you.
you can go first.
I think you should add that extra button and put them together because that'll be easier than like navigating everywhere. So that's just my opinion.
Okay.
I think maybe instead of saying like I'm an adult, you can like label it in some like non-college, like re-entering college like way. Because I feel like it could be quite confusing. Um, but I don't know exactly how you would phrase it, but yeah.
Okay.
I think maybe a combination button would work the best
Okay.
because you're kind of, I think you could utilize both the adult section and the high school section. So I think that would just take out some of the work if it was combined.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. So what we're going to do right now is Jessica, Kelly, and I are wrapping up here. I'm going to put my email address in the chat. They will also put their email addresses in the chat as well. And I know that sometimes especially when you're put on the spot and you're looking at somebody, even if it's through the screen, if there are things that you don't like about something or things that are a little bit challenging, you don't necessarily want to tell somebody. So that's okay. But we're going to give you our emails, and you can go back to the site and look at it even though it's not totally live, and you'll start to see things move around if you look at it as we're still working on it. But if there's something that you think we need to add, something that was a challenge for you, something that could be tweaked a little bit better, feel free to email us and say, hey, I was in the student advisory group and I looked at Futurity and I just noticed this and I think this might be helpful. So we're always continuously looking for feedback. And I know it's sometimes a little bit easier when you don't have to look at my face to give me feedback sometimes. So that is there for you. So my email address, Kelly's email address, and Jessica's email address are all there in the chat for you. And does anybody have any final things that they would like to say? Otherwise, I'm going to give it back to Randall. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. You have been very, very helpful today.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everybody.
Trinity. Can you guys give Trinity a big warm send off?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So we have about 10 minutes left in our meeting. So what I will do is I will ask each of you to jump in and share some good news that has happened to you within the last 2 weeks. I am also going to post our video topics for the week in the chat. I'll also have them in the group me, but if you can, just jump in and let me know some good news. Let's end this thing on a good note.
Well, this hasn't happened yet, but it is soon. I'm looking forward to going home for Thanksgiving break.
That's definitely some good news there.
I'm looking forward to my Friendsgiving on Saturday.
Okay.
I also have a Friendsgiving tomorrow evening, and also we had our first snow and it stuck for a little bit, so that was pretty exciting.
Something that I'm happy that happened was that I got my midterm grades back and I got all A's and a B, so I was happy about that.
Hey.
What I'm looking forward to is definitely Thanksgiving next week. I'm ready to eat and see family.
I'm officially recovered and I'm up and moving. I'm really happy now, so that's a good thing.
That's some amazing news. Josh, you got any good news?
Well, I'm excited for Thanksgiving break. Our school is letting us get off an extra day, Tuesday, for students who did good on the KSA last year. So I'm glad to get that extra day off.
I want to give Josh a special shout out. He was in this entire meeting while holding a baby. That is talent, my friend.
Thank you.
I've been sick for about 2 weeks now, and I'm finally starting to get better. Actually, I took off today and tomorrow from school just because I'm feeling so bad, but I'm finally getting better. And I finally get to play my French horn and band. That's the best part.
Okay, that's good. Katie Black, one of our members, actually had to miss today's meeting because she has a concert at Moorhead. So she plays the oboe. Anybody else have any good news they want to share? Z, are you able to hear us? Maybe, maybe not. Alrighty, are you guys able to see the video topic that I've dropped in the chat? For the high school seniors, what are you looking for in a college? And for the college freshmen, is it harder to manage your money now that you are in college? What do you find yourself spending money on? I will also drop that in the group me, and you guys can get that video topic done by next Friday. Does anybody have any questions or concerns about anything that we talked about today? Whether it be the email addresses for Trinity, Jessica and Kelly, the link for the website, any questions or concerns for me in particular? Well, if not, I appreciate all of you guys for showing up. We had a really good turnout today. I see some of my OG members that I haven't had a chance to see in a while. Hey, Daly, how you doing? Hannah is in the building, so I appreciate you guys. Outside of that, thank you very much. I will give you guys about 7 minutes of your day back. Carmen, just remember to linger on for me. Everybody else, thank you guys. You guys have a great day, okay?
You too. Have a good day.
You do the same.
Oh, Randall,